Before you start promoting your content, you need to determine your gating strategy. What is gating? Gating means putting a form in front of your content for the purposes of gathering lead contact information. Here's an example of a gate. Essentially, it's a form. I'm sure it's something that you've seen before. It's often in front of a content asset in order to download it. It typically asks for first, last name, sometimes job title, email, phone number, company, or role. When it comes to gating, there are a ton of different choices on how you can approach it. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of your options. Option number 1, gating all of your content. So by gating all of your content, you can gather all of the lead information each time somebody downloads a content asset. This can be a good option for small companies and startups to build their database. And it's a consistent user experience through all of your content as your readers are seeing the same thing each time. Option number 2 is gating none of your content. Gating none of your content enables you to remove the barrier of entry for your content. So that means that somebody who is downloading your content doesn't have to put in their information. It helps you to grow your thought leadership and branding over time. And it's good if you have a lot of early stage content. Your early stage content, because it's so educational, people might not want to put their information in order to get it. Option number 3 is gating based on buying stage. And this is the option that I prefer personally. Gating based on buying stage enables you to gate only the assets that show buying intent when downloaded. So this means that you will only gate the items that are really close to your product, and so that you know if somebody's downloading that item, that they're closer to being a customer. It also helps you to score your leads and determine where they are in their buying cycle. Scoring is something you can do in your marketing automation system, and it enables you to determine where a person is in their buying journey. If you're only gating some of your content, you can give them a higher score if they're downloading the pieces that you're gating. Here's a sample strategy for gating based on buying stage. For early stage content, those real thought leadership, educational, and best practice pieces, don't gate. This is because those assets are great on social, they're good in promotion plans, and they let people introduce themselves to your company. Mid-stage assets are great to gate because those are the assets that really show buying intent. If somebody downloads an ROI calculator or a buying guide, you want to know who that person is and you want to score them appropriately. And then late-stage items you don't have to gate. Late-stage items would be those customer case studies, pricing sheets. You want to make sure all of that is easily accessible to somebody who's close to being a customer. Gating based on asset type also enables you to have more premium content. Take those items that you spend a lot of time on and put a form in front of them. You don't want those to be as easily accessible. And you can create variable content value based on effort and output. Put a gate in front of the content items that take you and your team a ton of time to create, and then don't gate those items that aren't as time intensive. Now that you know your gating options, sit down with your team and stakeholders to determine what makes sense for your unique business case.